each time you get into sin, God does not move away from you. It is you that moves away from God. The assumption or what we think is that we hear God's voice when we are prayerful and all that. But here is a typical example of how God relates to all of us. We have been told that after I do something wrong in the sight of God, God moves away from me.
That's what we are taught, yeah.
God came to the garden. It is man that was no longer comfortable with God's presence, because now he's wearing the garment of heaviness. He feels rejected. God didn't reject him. He rejected God. And God says, where are you? And he says, I hid myself from thee because I was naked. At least that man is spiritual. Because he knew he had lost a certain garment that facilitated that worship. So when he says, for all men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, it means every man is going to deal with rejection. Any sin that is committed, what is being released is the spirit of rejection. It's not really that God cannot hear you. David says, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. He didn't say if God regards my iniquity. He says, if I...
Oh my God.
He's not moving us into lasciviousness where we just do what we want. No, but he's saying that you are condemned within yourself. Yeah. So they caught this woman in the very act of adultery and they brought her to Jesus and said, what say you? And what did Jesus say at the end? He says, if anyone has not committed this sin, let him cast the first stone. From the eldest to the least, everyone dropped and they went away. And Jesus remained with this woman. Do you know what he said to her? Does anyone condemn you? She said no. Jesus then said to her, go and sin no more. In other words, my problem was not you being killed. My problem was the rejection that you have felt by the accusations that have come against you. You were caught in the very act by people who do the very same act. The only difference is that there is evidence, and that evidence has put on you the garment of shame, the garment of heaviness. So he says to her, does anyone reject you? He says, no one. He says, go and sin no more. Don't put yourself in a place where you wear the garment of heaviness or the spirit of rejection. So you will realize that as long as a human being exists, what Satan is fighting today is a fellowship with God. And how does he fight that fellowship? He has to create heaviness within your life. And that heaviness is actually the spirit of rejection. So we need to look at rejection first within the parameters of our relationship with God before we look at rejection within any other parameter.